Well, thank you, Jessica, and thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Trustees that are with us, thank you for being here. Chancellor, Greg, and Coach. We're so excited to be here today as we formally introduce our new basketball coach at the University of Alabama, Nate Oats. Our athletic director, Greg Byrne, has been working tirelessly. It's good to have you back in town. And he has found the perfect fit, the perfect person for us and for our program. Nate has proven himself as a Division I coach. He led Buffalo to a remarkable 34-2 record this past year. And as important as his success has been on the court, we've heard from so many about what a great person he is. Not only is he an outstanding coach, but he is someone with high integrity, visionary leadership, in short, all the qualities that we're looking for here at the University of Alabama. We're confident that Nate will be able to provide the type of leadership that will have our student athletes competing at the highest level in what has become one of the most competitive basketball conferences in the country. I had the pleasure of meeting Nate, his wife Crystal, and their family last night. And I know that Nate, Crystal, their three daughters, are excited about making Tuscaloosa their home, and we're certainly very, very excited that you all are here today. And I would ask everyone to join me if you all would stand and give a warm welcome to the family. So great to have you all with us. Well, I know you're anxious to hear more, so let me turn the mic over to Greg Byrne. Greg?
Thanks, Dr. Bell. Appreciate it. Thanks, President Bell, Chancellor St. John. President Pro Tem Gray's out of town today. The trustees for their support. Karen, thank you for being here. Judge England and Britt, we sure appreciate all the support you give us throughout the year. Our exec team from the athletic department, they've been working diligently behind the scenes throughout this process. People throughout college and professional basketball who gave me great counsel as we went through this search. Coach Battle, thank you for being here as well today. We appreciate you very much. Coach Wimp, thanks so much. Taking the time to be here as well, we appreciate that very much. I also want to thank Regina. I'm not always probably the best husband during these times of a coaching search, but her support all the time and throughout the year just means so much. When we met with the media on Monday, I spoke about the importance of total player development, and I'm going to talk about that further in a second. I wanted somebody with a strong background in college basketball. I talked to Tom Izzo during this process, and when we started talking about Coach Oats, he said that when he was even a high school coach, he was up at their practice all the time, watching film all the time. He had great energy, and he's a grinder. Talked to the NCAA, rules compliance we mentioned before, no issues at all. Strong academics, Coach Oats graduates his kids. Recruiting, he signed recruits from coast to coast. He checked every box of what we were looking for. On Tuesday night, 2 nights ago now, when Jeff Puritan and I got to his home in Buffalo, we were immediately greeted at the door by 9-year-old Jossie. We were informed right away that she runs the household. We sat and had a wonderful enchilada dinner with Crystal, Lexi, Jossie, Brielle, and their dog Coco. Heard about the time he spends in the gym with his team, the academic plans, the commitment to compliance, recruiting plans, team Thanksgiving dinners at the house, the team boat outings throughout the 1 month they have of summer up there, and many other examples. We learned about what he believes from a program and culture standpoint, maximum effort, continuous growth, and selfless love. After hearing that and wanting to understand how about a player develops, I have a little trick I do during searches. I block my number, I get some numbers from former student athletes, and I call them. And all I say is, hey, I'm Greg, I like to research coaches. I don't tell them where I'm calling from or what I'm calling about, other than that one of the coaches that I want to research a little bit, and this time was Coach Oats. And every time the former student athletes like to talk, sometimes they'll tell you some critical things. and you find those things out, you're probably not talking to a former student athlete, coach that you want to hire necessarily. But it was interesting. One of the calls was like, "Oh man," like, "Ooh, I'm not sure about this." But he said, "That's the best decision of my life to play for Coach Oats. Good guy, family oriented." One of them said, "He made my confidence soar. Taught me the importance of manners. He followed the rules. He spent a ton of time talking about life after hoops and setting us up with contacts to understand different careers. Coach Oats taught me how to slow the game down from my eyes, to read ball screens like I had never been taught before. He's the best coach I've played for." Other quotes: "My brother is playing for another school, and I wish that they would hire Coach Oats so my brother could play for him too. He told me and my teammates that he loves us, and I love him too." That's why we're standing here today. I'm proud to introduce the new University of Alabama men's basketball coach, Nate Oats.
Thank you, Greg. I'd like to start by thanking Chancellor St. John, who I was able to meet last night, President Bell, who I talked to on the phone during the process, I met last night, and the trustees that are here. Thank you for them giving me this opportunity. This is an incredible opportunity. I'd like to also thank all the people at the University of Buffalo, Coach Hurley, for giving me a shot out of high school, and the administration there for taking a chance on a young coach without a lot of experience, all the people there, the players that played for us and, played their hearts out for us, and the community up there gave us great support to the point where our family said we weren't going to leave unless it was something special. So when I got the call from Greg, this is obviously something special. I'd like to thank my wife, Crystal, Lexi, Jocelyn, and Brielle for being here. Brielle can't wait to move here, she just informed me. So we met a lot of great Southern hospitality last night with some supporters, and she kept commenting to me how nice they all were down here. So appreciate the Southern hospitality right out of the gate. But it's been well documented, the cancer fight that our family's gone through with my wife. She's a fighter. She's been there for us the whole time. Our family's been through some trials over these last 4 years. She's kind of drawn us closer together, and I'm so glad and thankful they could be here with us. Should I become a better man, a better husband, a better father through the trials we've been through. So thank you to them as well. But when we landed, we played in the NCAA tournament this past weekend. We landed on Monday. Your phone gets back in service, and there was a voicemail from number I didn't know. So I listened to it once I got to the truck, and we're on my way to my truck, and it was Greg Byrne from the University of Alabama wants me to call him back. So that's probably one of those calls I need to call back right away. Thought it was a good sign when I put my bags in my truck right to the car right next to us. It's a New York license plate, but it had, Roll Tide, University of Alabama license plate holder. It was right next to my truck. I said, this might be a sign. So I called him back. He moves pretty quick. He was up at our house the next day. And listen, we said we loved it at Buffalo. They were great to us. She beat cancer up there, and we said if we were going to leave there, it had to be something special. The University of Alabama's really special. And when he called and we talked, the academics here, the institution, the tradition, the excellence, it's a national brand. Alabama's, obviously football's leading the way, and they've been unbelievable. And football program here is something that every sports team in the country, no matter what the sport is, can try to emulate. And I was fortunate to spend a little bit of time with Coach Saban here. I admired him from afar, respect the job he's done. It's been unbelievable. Every podcast, article, book I can get on him, I've read. So now to be able to meet him, work at the same institution, and to go with everything here, it's just been unbelievable to have this opportunity. So we met some supporters last night, and then this morning, Greg gets me in the car. I think he's early, I think, because we were up late last night. He slept in till 6 today or something. But we get up here at 7, and we already got it's already stuff going on campus early. The Capstone men and women were out right in front of your mansion. You were telling me about all the pictures you get taken there, so I got to see it today. They had everything out. That was great. They had the Denny chimes going, the quad, drive around Bryant-Denny Stadium, which I'm a huge football fan. I basically know I'm a basketball junkie, a huge football fan, so I watched hundreds of games on a Saturday afternoon at the stadium. Can't wait to get in there and see a game live myself. But what an unbelievable campus. It's unreal. I mean, my wife's into gardening, the trees and everything here. It's beautiful. It's everything I thought it would be and more. So to get the tour of campus this morning, it's getting better and better than even we thought it would be. So to have this chance, I want to thank everybody in here for giving me the shot on this thing. Now, as far as the basketball part of it goes, we're going to work our tail off to get this program. And again, I'm not one to oversell and underdeliver, so I'm not making huge promises. But I'm going to say this: the football program set the standard of excellence around here at the highest possible level you could set for anything. We're going to work our tails off every day to get this thing rolling in that direction. And I'm going to lean on Coach Saban and Greg, and we're going to get some advice from them. We're going to try to get this thing rolling. He talked about our 3 core values. We established a culture playbook a couple years ago, and we talk about max effort. That's everything. That's every workout, every weight room session, every practice. Our guys are going to give max effort. We're going to demand it out of them. Continuous growth is one. We're going to get better every day. We want to be better today than yesterday. We're going to get better. We're going to get guys that want to get in the gym and work on their own. The NCAA only allows us so many hours with the guys. If that's all the hours they want to put in, we're never going to get to where we need to get. We're going to get a culture that they're in, getting better every day, and that goes academics-wise, growing themselves as young men, all of it. We're going to get better, so we're going to give max effort, continuous growth, and then we talk about selfless love. We're going to teach our guys, young men, how to love each other, love this community, treat each other well. I see Coach Sanderson here. I think of coaches that have coached a long time and done it. And I'm a basketball junkie at a really high level. When I got into the sport in 5th grade, I couldn't get enough of it. Saved up my paper route money to buy my own TV so I could watch games every night. So that was back in the heyday when I loved myself some Antonio McDyess and Latrell Sprewell. Big Shot Bob, Robert Ory. So I was an Alabama fan a little bit growing up, and it's great to see Coach Sanderson here. But when you think about coaches, I tell my kids, my players, I don't have any sons, so I get 15 of them, and they change every year. But if all I do is teach you how to throw a ball through a ring, I'm wasting a lot of time. We have to develop character in our guys, and I firmly believe this. The better young men you have, the better basketball team you're going to have, because they're going to come together. They're going to play the right way. They're going to love each other, and we're going to teach them how to do that. So those are our 3 core values that we're going to institute here, the University of Alabama's men's basketball team, and we're going to get this thing rolling in the right direction. As far as our style of play goes, if you watch Buffalo play, we were number 1 in the country in transition points per game this year. We're going to get up and down. We've got a blue-collar mentality. We give out this hard hat award every game. We value blue-collar play, as the people of Alabama will. We think taking charges, diving on the floor for loose balls, we chart that stuff. We value it. We want deflections. We value guys that get into the ball and pressure it. Our defense is going to be in your face. They're going to play hard. And then we're going to get up and down the floor. We were 4th in scoring in the country last year, I believe, and 5th this year, and number 1 in number of 80-point games last year with Villanova number 2. We've put some numbers up on the offensive end, but it's all based on playing hard on the defensive end, and that's what we built, and we're going to establish it in practice every day, and that's how you get it. So, listen, I can't wait to get started here. I've already met with a couple players. I met with Kyra. I met with Herb this morning. I'm going to meet with the rest of them. We've got a meeting with the entire team right shortly after this. We're going to establish the culture from day one. We're going to get started on individual workouts next week, and we're going to hit the ground running. I cannot wait. The people out here are already embracing us. We've got a lot of talent in this state. We can't wait to get them here to the University of Alabama. We're going to supplement it. Like he said, we can recruit across the country. This has a national brand. When we need to supplement it, we'll go get players from wherever we got to get them to put a team on the floor that can compete at the highest level in the SEC. We've got great tradition here. I didn't realize that we're second in the SEC play in number of wins in college basketball in the history of the SEC. We're second in winning percentage. They've got some great tradition here. We're going to get that thing back to the top of the SEC. We're going to work hard to do it for you every day. We're going to give you a product you guys like to watch on the floor and what you want to see, and we're going to fill the stands up with people that are excited to watch Alabama basketball. So I can't wait to get started. Roll Tide. Thank you.